Ahoy, brave listeners. Welcome back to the high seas adventures of Tavish One Eye McTavish. In our last episode, Tavish claimed victory over the Spanish silver convoy and secured his place among the feared captains of the Caribbean. But with every triumph comes new dangers, and betrayal is never far behind. In today's story, Tavish must navigate treacherous waters both literally and figuratively. A new saboteur lurks within the ranks of the Golden Maiden, and a mysterious woman, Isabela, niece of the governor of Havana, has been taken aboard. Is she a captive, or does she have her own hidden agenda? As the winds shift and the battles rage, Tavish will have to decide who to trust as enemies close in from all sides. Before we begin, tell me, what would you do if you suspected sabotage on your ship? How would you deal with a prisoner who might have more to offer than meets the eye? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, this is only one chapter in an epic saga of betrayal, treasure, and adventure. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next thrilling tale of Tavish One Eye McTavish. Now, hoist the sails and prepare for the storm ahead. It's going to be a wild ride.
The bustling port of Tortuga was alive with noise and activity as the Golden Maiden rested at anchor. It had been a week since Tavish One Eye McTavish outmaneuvered the pirate hunter Gideon Flint and secured the convoy's treasure. The Golden Maiden's crew was in high spirits, but beneath the surface, tensions simmered. Rumors of Tavish's exploits spread like wildfire through the taverns and alleys, attracting fortune seekers, spies, and those who sought to challenge his growing power. Tavish walked through the crowded marketplace with Dougal, his trusted gunner, and Eliza Black-Eyed Barnes, who managed the crew's affairs with a fierce hand. Eliza fell into step beside Tavish, her eyes scanning the crowd with a keen gaze. "Word is, there's a merchant ship in the harbor with connections to the Spanish crown," she said, her tone laced with intrigue. "Heavily guarded, but carrying something valuable enough to justify the risk." Tavish grinned. "Something valuable, you say? A perfect target to keep the crew sharp. What else do you know?" "Not much," Eliza replied, her eyes meeting his. "But there's a woman on board, a noble, they say. Could be a ransom opportunity or something more." Her voice carried a hint of something unspoken, but Tavish chose to let it pass for now. "We'll investigate," Tavish decided, turning toward the docks. "Dougal, gather a few of our best fighters. We need to find out exactly what we're dealing with." The next night, the crew of the Golden Maiden crept through the darkness toward the merchant vessel, El Tesoro. Tavish had selected a group of 10, including Dougal, Eliza, and a few of his most skilled fighters. The plan was simple: board the ship, seize any valuables, and escape before the guards could rally. Under the cover of darkness, they approached the merchant ship in rowboats, silent as shadows on the water. Tavish raised his hand, signaling the men to slow as they neared the hull of the El Tesoro. "Quiet now," he whispered. "Dougal, you and 3 others take the starboard side. I'll lead the rest on port. Remember, we strike hard and fast." As they scaled the ship's sides, the tension was palpable. Tavish climbed over the railing and onto the deck, his cutlass at the ready. 2 guards spotted him, their eyes widening in alarm. Before they could sound the alarm, Tavish lunged forward, slashing in a single, fluid motion that sent one guard sprawling to the deck. The other guard swung his sword, but Tavish parried and knocked him unconscious with the hilt of his cutlass. A whistle cut through the air, Dougal's signal. The fight was on. The deck erupted into chaos as pirates and guards clashed, swords clanging in the moonlight. Dougal fought like a bear, swinging his axe with brutal force, while Eliza darted among the fray, dispatching guards with deadly precision. Tavish moved toward the ship's cabin, his eyes scanning for their prize. As he approached the door, it swung open, revealing a man in fine clothes with a sword drawn. "Captain McTavish," the man sneered. "We've been expecting you." Tavish's eye narrowed. "Then you should have prepared better," he growled, stepping into the cabin. Their swords met in a flurry of strikes, Tavish driving his opponent back with a series of quick, precise blows. The merchant captain was skilled but overconfident, and Tavish took advantage of his missteps. With a swift maneuver, he disarmed the man, sending his sword clattering to the floor. "Yield," Tavish commanded, his cutlass poised at the man's throat. "Do what you will," the captain spat. "The lady will never come with you." Tavish glanced over his shoulder and caught sight of a woman standing in the shadows. She was dressed in a cloak, but even in the dim light, her posture and poise spoke of nobility. Her eyes were defiant, but there was a glimmer of curiosity, or was it fear? "Lady or not," Tavish said coldly, "she's coming with Eliza. Take the cabin. Dougal, secure the treasure hold. Move!" As the fighting raged on deck, Eliza entered the cabin, her eyes locking onto the woman. "Best come quietly, my lady," she said, "unless you fancy a swim." The woman raised her chin defiantly. "I'll not be cowed by pirates," she retorted, though her eyes betrayed a hint of uncertainty. Tavish sheathed his cutlass and approached, his gaze steady. "Cowed? No, but you'll come with us nonetheless. You'll be treated with respect, but if you resist, my patience will wear thin." After a tense moment, the woman nodded. "Very well, but know this. I am Isabela de la Vega, niece to the governor of Havana. My capture will not go unanswered." Tavish allowed himself a brief smile. "Then let's make sure they don't find us, shall we?" As Eliza led Isabela to the rowboats, Tavish stepped back out onto the deck. The remaining guards had been subdued, and Dougal was overseeing the transfer of loot. With practiced efficiency, the pirates loaded the treasure onto the rowboats and made their escape, leaving the El Tesoro adrift in the harbor. Back on the Golden Maiden, Tavish stood at the prow, watching Tortuga fade into the distance as the ship sailed into the open sea. Isabela had been brought to the captain's quarters under Eliza's watchful eye. Tavish knew there was much to be discussed, but that would come later. For now, they had made a bold move, and he needed to decide the next steps.
The storm is brewing, and the Golden Maiden is sailing into troubled waters. Tavish One Eye McTavish has his sights set on new dangers, but with whispers of sabotage and a mysterious captive on board, the real threats may be closer than he thinks. What do you think of Isabela? Can she be trusted, or is she hiding more than Tavish realizes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next part of this thrilling adventure. The stakes are rising, and Tavish's journey is only just beginning. Until next time, may your compass point true and your sails stay full. Farewell for now.